When you ultimately found out that whole story, how he cooperated
Right.
and he got no prison time at all by essentially trying to set you up, how did you feel?
I was pretty fucking angry. Not about him not getting the time. Clearly, I knew that that was a result of his cooperation. I was just angry the way he went about the whole thing, and it was hurt. It hurt. It hurt. I felt violated. Here's a guy in my home, coming to my home. You know, I'm willing to give him what I can. See him through this as a team. Feed his family. You know, do what I can for him. I got him his pension. He was already out on a pension. Very few people mention that. He was already out on his disability pension for life when he decided to get involved in selling cocaine because he was bored at home and his taxes were going up. His taxes were going up, so he wanted to cover his taxes by supplementing his disability income with a little cocaine business at the bowling alley in West Babylon.
Mm.
So, yeah, so I was hurt by the fact that he was in a much better position than me financially and would be. And because of, I had 4 homes and a condominium on the ocean in Myrtle Beach. And so that made me stretched, right? I was really stretched financially. And once one thing goes wrong, like people stop paying me rent because they saw me in the news and they're like, well, this guy's going away. Why'd I pay the fucking rent? So things got bad quickly for me financially from there because I
Yeah.
dumped all my money into homes.
Well, in the documentary, Kenny said that he doesn't consider himself a rat.
Yeah,
He
he's a
feels
hero.
like he stopped a woman from getting killed. But the weird part, hearing a cop talk about considering himself a rat is just so mind-blowing to me because a rat is not a police term. A rat is a criminal term.
Right.
It's not, you're crossing genres here in an insane type of fashion.
Yes.
Do you consider him a rat?
Yes. Yes. Well, you
Have
know
you
why? Because
spoken to him?
well, let's take the police out of it for a minute. When your friend turns you in and he's done what you've done, let's forget that he's a police officer. Would you consider him a rat?
Yes.
Okay. So now, when you're a police officer and you and your partner, see, there's something you got people that don't understand. A mob guy turns in a mob guy. He's not a rat because he turned in a mob guy. He's a rat because he turned in his friend. He's a rat because he turned in his boss. He's a rat because he turned in his cohort. So
Mhm.
Kenny's turning in his cohort, someone that he's doing the same thing with, something that he was involved in. So that's why I consider him a rat. Now, as a police officer, if you see something wrong, you're supposed to report it. Cop, civilian, you know, God, whoever's doing something wrong, you're supposed to report it as a police officer. But when you're playing both roles, you got to accept the fact that now you're in the civilian world, you're a rat. And no cop likes a rat because then that person's exposing you to things that he's already been exposed to, but now he's exculpating himself from it by telling on you. So cops should never be considered rats, but they are.
Since the time that you found out that he was cooperating and wearing a wire, did you ever speak to him in any of these years?
So yes, we met to film the documentary, which was my design. By my design, the documentary people came to me and said, "We really think including Kenny might be good for the whole project." So I really wasn't for it. But I spoke with Barron, the deal maker, and Barron sort of encouraged me to, bury the hatchet and it'll be good for the film. And I don't doubt that it would be good for the film. We didn't need him because he did nothing except turn me in. But in the end, I guess you need the culprit, right? You need that guy, right? So yeah, so we brought him in and I arranged to meet him at the 75th precinct. He he didn't know it, and he walked in front of the precinct, and I was standing behind a van, and I sort of jumped him. Like I missed him. I didn't know what to do. I wanted to say "fuck you, you rat," because what good is that going to do us, right? We're trying to promote this film and get it done right. and his cooperation was important enough. So I jumped him, I hugged him, I said, "Hey, it's over. We're here. Let's move forward." And so we had a couple in-depth conversations. He still turned out to be a scumbag in the conversations. I said, "How'd you feel? You put your partner away from almost life." He said, "I didn't lose a minute's sleep."
Wow.
I said, "You got to be fucking kidding me." And then I heard from his wife that that's not true. But long story short, he still, yeah, I don't know. You know what? Listen, his nickname was Scummer. Okay. That was his nickname in the police department. So, and I asked him one day, "Why do they call you Scummer?" Because I wasn't his partner all along. He goes, "I'm a scumbag." What do you think? So, so what does a scumbag do?
There you go.
It fit the fucking, yeah, it fit the mold.